Hello everyone. Today we shall discuss the VI characteristics of the PN junction diode. Recall my lecture where I discussed the PN junction diode in unbiased condition. If you recall, due to concentration gradient, diffusion process starts across the junction. The majority charge carrier from the P region start diffusing into the N region. Similarly, the majority charge carrier from the N region will start diffusing towards the P region, and in this way the depletion region is formed. It acts as a potential barrier to stop the further movement of the charge carrier from one region to the other region. So a potential barrier which I have shown here with the V subscript B in this diagram. The depletion region width in unbiased condition is shown with the symbol W subscript D. So this is the situation in the unbiased condition. And in the right hand side you can see the diode symbol. So in this lecture we shall see how the characteristics in the forward bias condition will look like and how the characteristics in the reverse bias condition will look like. So the charge carrier cannot move from one region to the other region if we do not apply any external bias. So if we want to analyze the forward bias characteristics, so let me connect this PN junction diode in forward bias condition. So for this I am connecting the positive terminal of the battery to the P side and the negative terminal of the battery to the N side. So in this way the holes starts drifting towards the N region and crossing this potential barrier if the applied voltage is sufficient enough. So applied voltage here is V subscript D, and let us consider this PN junction diode is made up of silicon. So for silicon the potential barrier V subscript B is 0.7 volts. Means if the applied bias, that is VD, is not greater than or equal to 0.7 volt for silicon, the current will not start flowing. So let's see this thing in VI characteristics. So I am drawing the Cartesian coordinate system. So on the x-axis I am representing the applied bias VD, and on the y-axis I am applying the diode current ID, which is in milliampere, and this applied voltage is in volts. Similarly, the negative side of the x-axis here, and on the negative side of the y-axis we are representing the reverse saturation current, that is usually very small in microampere, because we know that in reverse bias condition the majority charge carriers do not contribute in the current conduction. The current here is due to the minority charge carrier, and this is very small. In forward bias condition, when we start applying the positive potential, the current doesn't increases significantly until it crosses the barrier potential. Once it crosses the barrier potential, the current rises very sharply. You can see in the diagram. So from this point, from where the current rises very sharply, is known as knee point. So this point is known as knee point, and the voltage at this point is equal to the barrier potential, that is VB. So once the diode voltage, the voltage we are applying externally, crosses the barrier potential, then the current across the diode rises very sharply. So this is the behavior of the PN junction diode in the forward bias condition. Similarly, while we apply the reverse bias, the majority charge carrier doesn't contribute in the current conduction, and this is small current. You can see here the current here is very small. This is IS, and this is due to the minority charge carrier, and at certain voltage when the breakdown occurs, then current rises sharply. So this voltage at which the breakdown occurs is called breakdown voltage. So the reverse current is due to the minority charge carrier, and minority charge carrier contribute a very small current here. One important thing to note here, the reverse saturation current doesn't depend on the voltage applied across the diode. You can observe here the the reverse saturation current is almost same when we are increasing the reverse bias. You can observe here. So it doesn't increases. It increases with the increasing in the temperature. So reverse saturation current IS increases when temperature rises. So this is a very important point. You should take a note of it. So once the junction break down, then the current rises very sharply. So this is the Zener breakdown, and after this breakdown, there will be a flood of charge carrier which contributes in the reverse current. So this is about the forward bias and reverse bias characteristics of the PN junction. Further, if I want to calculate resistance at any given point, so the static resistance can be calculated. The static resistance RD can be calculated by measuring the voltage at this point and the current at this point. Let's say this point is having voltage V subscript B1, and this point the current is I subscript B1. Then RD will be VB1 divided by IB1. So this is the static resistance of the diode. So this is about the VI characteristics of the PN junction diode. Let us now look at the temperature dependence of the VI characteristics of the PN junction diode. So let me draw the VI characteristics again. This is V subscript D. This is ID. This is in forward bias condition for silicon diode. Similarly, the reverse saturation current VZ. So let me draw it again because it doesn't look nice. So when we increase the temperature, the forward bias characteristics, when we increase the temperature, the forward bias characteristics shift to the left by 2 millivolt per degree centigrade. Means if we increase the 1 degree Celsius of the temperature, then the forward bias characteristics of the PN junction diode will shift to the left side by 2 millivolt. And in the reverse bias condition, the current, the reverse saturation current, the current IS will double for every 10 degrees Celsius rise in temperature. So this is about the temperature dependence. If I increase the temperature by 1 degree Celsius, then this curve shift towards the left hand side by 2 millivolt per degree Celsius. Thank you so much.